Hey, welcome to Lucky Week 13 of Instant Value Handicapping. We've got Kyle Schaefer of Salt Foundry doing the production work, Chris Pagone rocking the soundtrack for this series, and I'm your host, Roger LeBlanc, author of The Punter's Tale, A Bettor's Quest for Racetrack Profits. The methods in this series are based on that book. We're trying to identify false favorites and trying to make a little money betting against them. Last week we were at Evangeline Downs. We had two races with false favorites. One of them beat us. We beat one of them. Turned into a profit for the day. So we are, I think, 5 for 8 in the state of Louisiana in this video series. So we're going back to Evangeline Downs this week. We'll give you Wednesday's card here in a moment. Also, we'll be putting out Saturday's false favorite report for Evangeline Downs and for Belmont Park. Stay tuned for that later in the week. For now, we are going to head off to Evangeline Downs. All right, I spotted 3 false favorites on the card Wednesday at Evangeline. The first one shows up in race number 3. It's a $5,000 maiden claiming event at a mile. That means it's bottom of the barrel maiden claimers. The morning line favorite, number 4, Tin Delay, 2-1. We're going to take a look also at Ambassador House, 10-1, and Dalesboro at 20-1. Tin Delay, the morning line favorite, false favorite, I think, because his last race he trailed by 5 or more lengths throughout the entire race. He was at the $10,000 level, so he is facing better horses, but he didn't do much in that race. What's even more concerning than that, and the 50% drop in price here, is he's usually a pressing horse, so he's got some early speed. It disappeared completely last time. That was followed by this huge drop. It all seems a bit negative to me. So we're taking a shot at 2 long shots here. Number 2, Ambassador House. He shows sharp form. Nice second place finish last time out. More significantly, even though he lost, he was 5 or more lengths ahead of the third place horse. So he lost to a good horse. He finished way ahead of the rest of the field. Comes into the race in sharp form, 10-1, like it a lot. Dalesboro, kind of the same, number 9 on the outside, 20-1 morning line. He also ran second last time out, so he's in good form lately. The horse who beat him came back and won again, so he lost to a pretty good horse. We got 2 sharp second place finishers to go against a weak favorite there in race 3. The next race up is race 4. If you're looking for a double, maybe these are the 2 races you should focus on. This is also a $5,000 maiden claiming event. It's for state-bred, Louisiana-bred horses, and it's at 6.5 furlongs. Here we've got number 4, 7 Comes 11, as the 2-1 morning line favorite. We're also going to take a look as our alternatives, the entry 2A and 2B, Custom for Alley and Delady Fired Up. They run together as an entry, so you get both of them. They're 6-1 morning line, and we're also going to look at Here Comes Lovey, 8-1 morning line. First of all, the favorite, why is he false? This horse has never come within 5.5 lengths of the winner. He's 0 for 8 lifetime and 0 for 2 at this level. He needs a big wake up here, and I don't think it's going to come. So you got some good odds there on the entry. You get 2 horses for the price of 1. 6-1 morning line. Both show speed, so one or the other might be able to get out early and carry that all the way to the wire against this weak field. And then Here Comes Lovey. It doesn't show too much in her form, only 2 races lifetime, but her most recent race came off a layoff. It was preceded by 2 very sharp works. She showed more speed in that race, and now takes a drop in class, which is probably exactly what is needed to get to the winner's circle here. Most significantly, the trainer here is 39% when his horse was favored the race before and loses. That horse comes back and wins almost 4 out of 10 times. So that's an outstanding trainer stat. We're going with those two picks against the false favorite here in race 4 at Evangeline Downs. And if that wasn't enough action for you, we also have race number 7. There's a false favorite there. This is a really interesting race just for the conditions. It's an allowance, an optional claiming race. It's for horses who have not won a race on the turf other than a maiden race, a claiming race, or a starter allowance race. If you look at the past performances, what you see are a lot of horses who have won on the dirt, and they've kind of topped out in the allowance level on the dirt and having trouble winning at a higher allowance level or stakes level. So the trainers have this condition here where they can still run in an allowance race because they haven't won on the turf. So the ideal candidate here would be a horse who has won on the turf, but is still eligible for some reason in this condition. So let's take a look at the favorite first. 7 Antarctica at 2-1 is the morning line favorite. The two horses I like in here against that horse are number 3, Gotta Go, 7-2, and number 6, Lang's Day at 20-1. So the favorite, the problem here is he won last time out for a much larger purse against much tougher horses, and now instead of moving up and trying the next allowance level or a minor stakes race, they actually put a price tag on him, $12,000, which is less than what he won for his last race. So it's a negative drop here. It's very tempting to bet on this horse because he beat better horses last time, but just from an economic standpoint, it makes no sense for the owners to be giving him up at that small a price. I think something's wrong there. So we're going to go with Gotta Go. He's won on the turf, but he's won at a level low enough to be exempted from the conditions. So the conditions that I just stated, they have an asterisk. It says races where the horse was entered for $10,000 or less are not considered in these conditions. So he's won on the turf at the $10,000 level at a mile. He gets to go in and race against non-turf horses here. It's a nice spot. It's a nice move by the trainer to move him into this spot. The other horse in here is Lang's Day. He comes off an allowance win too, but you can see that it's a rare win in allowance company for him. So there's probably not much hope of this horse moving up into a stakes race and winning. Instead, the trainer finds a nice spot here. He doesn't have to put a claiming price tag on him. Could be the easiest allowance spot he's going to find before having to move into stakes races. And it's got good odds on too, morning line. Those are the plays. 3 at Evangeline Downs for Wednesday. Good luck, everyone. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss next week. You don't miss our tally for the 20-week total. And also, don't forget the false favorite reports for this weekend at Evangeline and Belmont Park coming up later this week. Subscribe. Thank you.